93.3 KZOZ FM San Luis Obispo. The home of Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
They have no chemistry at all.
It's Jeff and Jeremy here. We're doing Dumbass of the Day, and it's brought to you by Peterson's U-Cart, which will get you all set up to go with everything for your landscaping needs. They've got walk-on bark, gravel, dirt, topsoil, and so much more. Plus, they'll get it to your home. Go check them out. See what we're talking about.
Personalized experience. None of this walking into a place, God, boy, I'd love to know what kind of dirt I need in my yard, and then wandering around for 45 minutes.
Yeah, make it easy on yourself. Go somewhere where they, like, customer, service is number one, and it's all about the experience. It's not just about walking in and, oh, yeah, you got 14 different things to choose from. Good luck. Go see him on Gusta Road in Atascadero. Peterson, the letter U, cart.com online.
How pathetic can some people be?
I love animals. I love them. People are animals. I love people. I love the tiny animals we have as pets. I love the larger ones we eat. I love all the animals. I'm like Dr. Dolittle up here. I freaking love the animals. But get this. When I was a kid, of course, if you had an old dog or a very ill cat, you sadly put the dog down, put the cat to sleep. It was very sad. But they would go to Happy Dog or Cat Heaven, and you would go to the pound to get a new dog. And it's a circle of life. It was very beautiful. That doesn't happen in crazy Los Angeles land, where people are like, oh no, the cat's only 17, we're going to get dialysis. Are you? I have a friend of mine who has a cat that is 21 years old, and in addition to the plethora of other issues going on with this cat, it now has diabetes. And so she has to shoot it up twice a day. You know what that is? Time for a new cat. A new cat twice a day? Why do you get a cat? So you don't have to do anything. That's why you get a cat. Because it poops in a box. $3,000 for diabetic cat medicine for this. You know what that is? That is 3,000 new cats. Because cats are free.
Dumbass of the Day. 93.3 KZOZ.
Yeah, that is right up your alley, isn't it?
Hey, I mean, come on. The economics of reality come into the situation at some point.
Today we're not talking about a cat. We're talking about an elephant in a zoo and a dad that really wanted to impress his daughter. Here's the news.
Well, an update tonight on the man who tried to climb inside the elephant enclosure at the Milwaukee County Zoo yesterday. Armand Bullock has been cited for trespassing. Officials say he crawled over one barrier and was working on getting past a second when zoo staff spotted him. Zoo workers held him down until sheriff's deputies arrived. Officials say he was just a few feet away from possibly being injured by an elephant. As for why the man decided to climb in, he was reportedly just trying to impress his daughter.
Yeah. Injured by an elephant? I don't know if you get injured by an elephant. I think they just crush you. I think you just die. I think that's pretty much how it goes. I don't know if... I guess one could knock you around a little bit, smack you with its tusk.
They don't seem like they're very aggressive towards humans, though, the elephants.
I've seen some videos that would
you
change
watch too much
your
YouTube,
mind.
You watch way too much YouTube.
Some get very aggressive, especially if their young's around, and they will stampede your ass. They will run at you and walk right up and crush you.
I'll tell you, the elephants at the Fresno Zoo, they seem so happy and so...
You know what the difference was? You were outside the enclosure.
No, I know. I didn't try to climb inside the enclosure. That would be stupid. That's why this guy's a dumbass. But I just watched them walk around, and they just seem like that they don't care that, they're amongst humans. Like I feel like the elephant at the zoo would look at a human and go, what's he doing on this side of the fence? Oh, well, let's keep trying to get this grass up off the ground.
Let's go back to eating my peanuts.
Here's Tim Wilde. He's the director of the zoo in Milwaukee, the Milwaukee County Zoo. A little bit. You might know a little bit more than us about elephants and how dangerous they can be.
They're extremely dangerous, mostly just because of their size. Even the ones that have kind of more of an even temperament can hurt you without even knowing it or thinking about it, just because they're so strong and so big.
Okay.
Hold on. What was that again?
They're extremely dangerous, mostly just because of their size.
Circles in the sand?
They're extremely dangerous, mostly just because of their size. Even the...
Not used to having to talk to people.
I'm sorry. I didn't tell you your list. I think it's Circles in the Sand. Don't have a name for this clown, but congratulations to... wannabe dad of the year. You are Jeff and Jeremy's
Dumbass of the Day. 93.3 KZOZ.
Don't be a Dummy, when it comes to your landscape supplies, go to Peterson U-Cart on Gusta Road, just north of Quickie Car Wash in Atascadero.
We load, U-Cart, you save!
Jeff and Jeremy here. We got Billy on from H&R Block. Bill, good to talk to you. First, before we get into tax information, which is what we're here to talk to you about today, will you be rejoining the Fantasy Football League, the Master Deflators for 2021-2022?
Oh, I'm a lifer until you tell me I'm not welcome anymore.
Dude, Billy's in a league? Tell him about the league you are with the Binders. Do you still do the Binders League?
We didn't do it last year, but I am still part of the Binders League, as we would call it. Yeah, we're part of a league where we still do everything by pen and paper.
Oh no!
And actually have to submit it. We at least are able to submit via email now. So instead of having to hand deliver paper, but it's a score only league, so it's a little bit different.
Well, welcome to 2021 with that email thing. That's
right?
Great.
Yeah, look at us.
I would think that you and being with H&R Block and having all the technology to taxes and all the advanced software to the computing and the figuring out of taxes, that a binders only league that just allowed for email exchanges to take place would be your worst nightmare.
It was hard to get into, that's for sure. It was. I was always the one that was getting the text saying, "Hey, you need to turn your stuff in." Oh shoot! So every week I was late and I was struggling to do it on my phone or whatever. But it's actually a lot of fun. It definitely makes you pay a little more attention.
We got Billy on from H&R Block. All the H&R Blocks are open to do your taxes, of course. So before we get into deadlines and all that stuff, I had a couple of COVID, EDD, stimulus questions for you, and you do your best, okay? I know everybody's a little bit different.
No problem.
But number one, if you got stimulus, and most of us did, in some way, shape, or form, and there was no taxes taken out of that, correct? So is that something we're expected to pay taxes on during tax time?
No. You're right. There were no taxes taken out of it, but it is not taxable income to you. The only reason that we have to report it when we do the tax return is because if you didn't get it, if you didn't get any of it, or you got a lesser amount than you're eligible for based off your 2020 tax return, you'll actually get the remainder as what's called a recovery rebate credit. And so it'll go, it's a refundable credit that will increase your refund or go against any balance due.
I don't know about
so it's
you.
not taxable, it's only beneficial to you.
I don't know about you, Jeff, but my wife and I, we don't trust the government. So we have not spent a penny of that. It has been sitting in a savings account, just waiting to get bent over.
You can use it. You can use it to fund the inflation that's about to hit us.
Exactly. You're going to need it for gas soon.
I know.
So.
God, tell me about it. I drive a truck.
Right.
And so you're telling me right now I should feel comfortable spending that money. I shouldn't have to worry about it.
Absolutely. You should go out and spend the money.
On gas.
You should go out and stimulate the economy.
On gas, yeah.
But that's why they do it. I mean,
and we're giving it back to the state in taxes anyways.
Yeah.
Well,
we'll see.
That's a whole nother topic.
Okay, so
just wait till that 2022 code's
one more
written.
question, Jeff, and then I'll step back. The EDD. If people got EDD and they chose to get the taxes taken out of the EDD, they're pretty much good to go, right? But if they didn't, what's that process like?
Well, that's pretty detailed conversation, but I'll give you the gist of it. So first off, when people were electing to take the taxes out of their EDD or unemployment benefits that they were receiving, the first problem was that the withholding was only coming out of the original EDD portion of the unemployment, not the additional bonus that was from the CARES Act due to COVID. So if originally when people were filing and they had a pretty large amount of unemployment, I mean, we've seen some upwards of $30,000 in unemployment benefits. The withholding was only for, 10 or 11,000 of it from the state.
Oh, wow.
With that in mind, as of about 3 or 4 weeks ago, the Congress passed in the new Stimulus Act, American Rescue Plan Act, they actually decided that $10,200 of your unemployment would be excludable for income if you meet the requirements. There is a income threshold that if you're over that, you don't get to exclude your unemployment. So, but in that situation, it has made it so most people it's tolerable as far as the tax impact of the unemployment.
And that would be per household, not per person, correct? If you're
It is
married?
actually per taxpayer. So if a husband and wife both received unemployment, husband and spouse, I should say, received unemployment benefits, then they each could exclude up to $10,200.
That's Billy Gallant, H&R Block. Go to hnrblock.com. It's their website. We got more tax day stuff to talk about because today is the tax day, right? Or it used to be. That's been moved. We'll get to the deadlines and some of the other questions about what's going on with taxes after we get back from this break.
Whoa! Jeff and Jeremy in the morning.
All right, Jeff and Jeremy here. April 15th. We all know it's tax day. That has changed. We got Billy Gallant on from H&R Block. If you need to get advice for your taxes and you're like, wait a second, no, it's not today. You've got time, but what's going on with today, Billy?
Today was the tax deadline up until recently, but no, we actually have an extra 4 weeks and 2 days because May 15th falls on a Saturday, so we get kicked to Monday, May 17th.
Okay, so, but how was this? Because I heard that there was a federal extension, but then there was not going to be a state extension, and did that make your head spin a little bit as a tax preparer?
It definitely made us a little concerned for a while because California was originally stating that they weren't going to extend their deadline, and for e-filing tax returns, you can't e-file a state return without piggybacking a federal tax return. It wouldn't get acknowledgement. So we were kind of looking at each other, going, "What are we going to do?" We were trying to figure out, how to file extensions for California and whatnot. But California eventually came along and they did comply, and they said that they're going to kick the deadline to May 17th as well.
Okay. Well, that's good news for you and anybody else who prepares taxes and taxpayers.
Yeah, we look at it two different ways. Part of me really wanted to be sitting on a beach somewhere in May, with my toes in the sand and a drink in my hand. But at the same time, I'm looking at my drawer here going, well, I can take the extra 4 weeks and hopefully get these done without having to file extensions. So.
Yeah.
By the way, what is the Zach Brown Band?
Yes.
That is the Zach Brown Band.
Yeah, very good. Very good, Jeremy.
All right. Anything else for our tax guy?
No, I mean,
buddy
I'm sorry you have to work an extra 4 weeks this year, but I mean, at
but
least
then he doesn't work the rest of the year, right?
It's not as bad as last year, right?
It is definitely not as bad as last year. No, we definitely are still going to have a tax season. Last year was a tax year, and it was horrible.
What do you do June through Christmas? Just sit around in your underwear?
Yeah, usually. I mean, I got to come to the office sometimes, but it's frowned upon if I don't put clothes on when I come here. But no, we're pretty. We definitely work year round, but it's shorts and flip flops and try and serve people as they need. We don't have set hours in here, so to speak. Every office is open and available a few days a week. We have open office hours, but for the most part, you got to remember, we do 90% of our business in 3.5 or this year 4.5 months.
Yeah, no, I think it's kind of fun. It's kind of like being a teacher, but on a way better schedule.
I tell everybody, I got a bunch of friends that are teachers, and they say they got the greatest schedule, and I go, no, I think we beat you.
Right on, Billy.
If you need help, you could give them a call at the Paso Robles office, 805-238-0715, and it's just hrblock.com, right, to find out. You guys are locally owned in the county, and it's anywhere. There's one in your neighborhood, right?
Absolutely, yeah. We're locally owned and operated here for the last 25 plus years, and in San Luis Obispo County. But there is an H&R Block pretty much everywhere. There's not one too far from you. It's not quite like Starbucks, but it's getting close.
Yeah. Make it nice and convenient. I like
all right,
that.
then. All right, Billy, take care, buddy.
Thank you. Thanks for the call. You guys take care.
There goes Billy from H&R Block.
He prepares his binders. Is
it hrblock.com?
hrblock.com, yes.
Subscribe to the Jeff and Jeremy podcast now on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google, and YouTube. It's your Central Coast commute-friendly podcast.